Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will be going over issue 2 of IDW's Transformers comic relaunch. I covered issue 1 in an earlier video, and I will link to it in a card above and description below. So issue 2 starts off with recapping the events of the very first issue, which ended up with the murder of Brainstorm. We are introduced to Prowl and Chromia, who are also part of Cybertron's security forces, along with Windblade, who have been called to investigate the murder of Brainstorm. We learn that Chromia is in charge of security, while Prowl and Windblade are her subordinates. It is noted that there hasn't been a murder in generations on Cybertron, and that they want to keep the news of this under wraps for now. Bumblebee and Rubble are given a transport and then sent on their way to see Wheeljack, who they are due to visit. Chromia then reports to Orion Pax, who informs her that Megatron's Rejecticon audience is getting larger, and that if news of this death leaks out before the Rejecticon rally, there could be chaos. We are then taken back to Bumblebee and Rubble, where they arrive at Wheeljack's place, where Wheeljack shows Rubble an Energon Harvester, a reshaped moon of Cybertron conceived by Termagax. If you recall, last issue, the Decepticons were chanting in Termagac's name. Bumblebee leaves Rubble with Wheeljack, who puts Rubble to work doing various odd jobs. Bumblebee returns just in time for them to experience a full cycle of Energon harvesting, which is supposed to be a sight to behold. During this time, we learn through conversation between Bumblebee and Rubble that the Rise is an extreme version of the Decepticons. They are basically similar in what they want, but I guess the Decepticons use unlawful means to get their way. Rubble then wonders if he has to choose a faction, but Bumblebee says he's never joined any of them, and Rubble won't have to. In this dialogue, we also learn that there are many factions on Cybertron besides the Decepticons and Autobots. Bumblebee mentions Primals and Reversionists as little factions. We are then taken to Tarn, where Megatron is speaking to his Decepticon rally. We learn of the grief that the Decepticons have of being constrained from their fullest potential due to the rationing and hoarding of Energon by the Autobots. The Autobots are implied to be the ones who hold power on Cybertron at this time. We also learn that Termagax is the very first Decepticon. Megatron's speech is then interrupted by a large explosion, followed by what seems to be sniper shots. Megatron then charges towards the direction of the attack, only to find that the attacker has fled. And that is the end of issue 2. Okay, some thoughts on issue 2. Personally, I liked issue 2 a lot better. I am not sure why, but I think if issue 1 and 2 were one large comic, I might have appreciated it a lot better. But you know, I'm kind of glad that it's a little bit better than what issue 1 is. So for now, I am still sticking to this series. I kind of like where they're going with the story so far, with you know, exploring. In one side, we're exploring, you know, the workings of Cybertron, how they get energy, and basically through the eyes of a new Cybertronian Rubble. I like that part. I also like, you know, I like learning more about that part. That's nice. I also like the fact that we are, you know, we in this issue, it's kind of like the shot that started the war. That's what I think is what happened, and I'm really intrigued to find out who or what group is responsible for the attack on Megatron. Part of me speculates that it could be the Rise or someone from that faction who kind of wants to, you know, kind of wants to push the Decepticons over the edge so that they'll join the Rise in since they have similar pursuits. So I don't know. It would be interesting to see. So far, I'm very intrigued. I like it, and I am anxiously waiting to see what is the next issue. Anyway, that is it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about the comics. If you guys are following it so far, to me, it's getting better. Now, of course, it's, you know, it's very early, but I am very interested and will stick around to see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching.